Welcome back. Now we have discussed about actual cycles, that is actual air fuel cycle. So standard air fuel cycle, that is air standard air fuel cycle. In this cycle again we have to assume some standard assumptions, that is there is no any heat loss, there is no any friction. But in actual cycle, whatever the assumptions we have to made, so these all the assumptions gets wrong, because in actual cycle always there is a heat rejection, always there is some amount of friction, always there is a change in specific heat, always there is a some amount dissociation, always some amount change in mass of working fluid takes place. So due to this, some losses takes place in actual cycle than the air standard cycle. If we compare the actual cycle with air standard cycle, so always there are some losses in actual cycles. So actual cycle efficiency is much lower than air standard efficiency due to various losses occurring in actual engine operations. That is loss due to variation of specific heat, that is we have discussed earlier. As the specific heat is increases with increase in temperature, inside the engine cylinder pressure and temperature decreases, and as the pressure and temperature inside engine cylinder is low, we get less power output from the engine. So this is a one loss due to variation of specific heat. Second is chemical equilibrium loss or a dissociation loss. Also this loss is we have discussed earlier, that is when any molecule or any gas split into number of molecules. During this process, heat is absorbed, that is this process is endothermic process. Heat is required for the splitting of these molecules or gases. So as the heat is absorbed from engine cylinder, inside engine cylinder pressure temperature decreases, and as the pressure temperature decreases, we get less power output from the engine. Next, time loss. What is this time loss? Now in air standard cycle, our one assumption is that the combustion process is instantaneous, that is combustion should be takes place instantaneously. But in actual cycle, the combustion process or combustion is not instantaneous. So combustion is a progressive process, it requires some time. For example, suppose if you supply the spark to the engine, so as soon as the spark is supplied, there is no complete combustion of fuel takes place. Initially, whatever the fuel molecule which is present in the vicinity of spark plug, that is in the gap of spark plug, that fuel molecule initially gets burned, and after that the heat of that burned molecule is supplied to the neighboring unburned molecules. Similarly, as the temperature of that unburned molecule increases, that unburned molecule gets burned, that flame starts, and the traveling of the flame starts from nucleus of combustion, that is from spark plug, towards end of combustion chamber. So for all these processes some time is required. Okay, again second case, when the fuel inside engine cylinder is not properly mixed with air. Okay, that means some amount fuel may be in the form of liquid. So for the vaporization of that fuel, for the mixing of that fuel with air, for all these processes some time is required. That means the combustion process is not a instantaneous process. But in air standard cycle we have to assume that the combustion takes place at TDC position. When the piston reaches TDC position, instantaneously combustion must be takes place. But as piston reaches to TDC and we have to supply the spark, after that some time is required for combustion. But during this time the piston does not rest at TDC position, piston leaves the TDC position and move towards BDC position. That means actual combustion takes place when piston leaves the TDC position and travels some distance towards BDC. Okay, that means when the expansion process starts, that combustion leaves the TDC position and travel towards BDC. That means expansion process starts, and after that the combustion takes place. So as the combustion takes place slowly or late, the power output or the force which is exerted over the piston is less. Due to that, we get a less power output, or inside engine cylinder less power, that is less pressure and temperature develop. So this type of loss is called as what? Time loss. It simply indicates that the combustion process is a progressive process. It is not an instantaneous process. For the combustion, some time is required, and during this time, piston does not rest at TDC position. It leaves the TDC position, and after that the expansion of gases takes place. So due to this, less power output from the engine obtained. So that type of loss is called as what? Time loss. Next is loss due to incomplete combustion. Now in our assumption, that is in air standard cycle, one of our assumption is inside engine cylinder there is a complete combustion of fuel, that is properly mixing of air fuel takes place, that is mixture is always homogeneous and complete combustion of fuel must be there. But in actual cycle, the mixture is always heterogeneous. It is not a homogeneous mixture. Mixture never homogeneous. It is always heterogeneous. That means some of the fuel particles does not mix with properly with air, or there is no homogeneous mixture in each and every location of the cylinder. At some location there is a rich mixture, at some location there may be lean mixture. So there is a heterogeneous mixture. So as there is a heterogeneous mixture, there may be possibility of incomplete combustion of fuel. Suppose at one location of cylinder there is only fuel and it is not mixed with air. So as there is a less amount of air or absence of air, that fuel does not get burned. That is, the oxidation process of that fuel does not get carried. That means there is a chances of incomplete combustion of fuel in actual engine. So as the incomplete combustion of fuel takes place, always some amount loss takes place. That is, if the unburned fuel exhausts from engine cylinder, we get less power output from engine cylinder. So this type of loss is called as incomplete combustion loss. Next type is direct heat loss. Direct heat loss. So in this heat loss, heat is always rejected to surrounding. But in our assumption, that is in air standard cycle, assumption is that all the processes are reversible adiabatic. So adiabatic process means what? There is no any heat interaction during the process from system to surrounding or from surrounding to system. But in actual cycle, when the compression process is there, as the temperature of charge increases, some amount heat is rejected to cylinder, from the cylinder that heat is rejected to surrounding. Again after combustion, always there is a high temperature inside engine cylinder. So due to that, heat is transferred from this combustible charge, that is combustible gases, to the cylinder walls, from the cylinder walls to the surrounding. Okay, so always there is a direct heat loss takes place to the surrounding. So there is no any adiabatic process in actual engine. So due to that, as the heat is lost from the engine cylinder to surrounding, from engine we get less power output. So this type of loss is called as direct heat loss. Next is the pumping loss. Now in the analysis of this air standard Otto cycle and air standard diesel cycle, we have to neglect the processes, that is suction and exhaust process, because theoretically we consider that the suction takes place at surrounding pressure and exhaust also takes place at atmospheric pressure. But practically, for the suction or suction takes place always below the surrounding temperature. When inside engine cylinder there is a negative pressure, then and then surrounding charge, that is air fuel mixture in case of SI engine or only air in case of CI engine, induced inside engine cylinder. That means inside engine cylinder there is a vacuum, that is negative pressure. Similarly, during the exhaust process, if you want to exhaust the gases from engine cylinder to surrounding, engine cylinder pressure must be higher than the atmospheric pressure. Then and then these gases get exhaust from engine cylinder. But in theoretical, we have to consider that exhaust process is also a constant pressure process, and that is equal to atmospheric pressure. But in actual, the exhaust process takes place above the atmospheric pressure. So due to these two processes deviates from atmospheric pressure. Suction takes place below the atmospheric and exhaust takes place above the atmospheric pressure. So due to this, there is a formation of negative loop in the cycle. So as this negative loop is there is a decrease in area under the curve. So as the area under the pressure volume diagram decreases, there is a loss of power output from the engine takes place. So this is nothing but what? Pumping loss. Next is exhaust blowdown gas loss. Now in theoretical cycle, we have to assume that there is no any direct heat loss to the surrounding, but in actual cycle, when these gases reject to surrounding, that gases have maximum or more temperature. So as the heated gas is exhaust to cylinder, there is a direct heat loss to the surrounding. So as there is a more heat loss to the surrounding, power output from the engine is less. Similarly, the next loss is friction and rubbing loss. In theoretical cycle, we have to assume that there is no any friction between the engine components during cycle. But in actual process or in actual engine, always there is a friction between number of engine components. That is friction and cylinder, friction between number of engine components having contact and relative motion between each other. So as there is a friction, always there is a heat loss or always there is a power loss takes place. So whatever the heat or power decreased with the help of friction, that loss is called as friction and rubbing losses.